Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, folks. Welcome to SKTV. Welcome to SKTV Live. As you join us, let's share the show, please. If you can help us share the show, please, as much as you can. Let's share the show. Please and please, let's share the show. Let's share the show. It is imperative that we share the show. We have a lot of things to talk about today, folks. Yeah. But let's share the show. Sickle, Monk, Milborn, and the rest of the team will be joining us. In the meantime, let's share the show, please. Let me put this in here. Let's share the show. All the men watching back. All the men watching, they can make all the noise. When SGTV come against all of them can be watching. That's a very good thing. I love it. I love it. So let's share the show, yeah. Let's share the show, please. I laughing because serious thing happening. Folks, let's share the show, please. I love what's going on. Folks, let's share the show. If you're just joining us, let's share the show, please. Let's share the show, please. Let's share the show. Good morning, good afternoon. As you join us, tell us where you're following us from. The House of Representatives, the treaty, the extradition, the just before we go on the show, the other news that broke up. Lord, what did we do to deserve this? We told you elections have consequences. Elections have consequences. But you never listened. You never listened to us. You cursed us. I can still remember. You insulted us. Belittled us. Came after us. Today, here we are. Here we are. Let's share this show. Emmanuel Niansen from Nima County. Thank you so much, Emmanuel. Thank you. Please let us know where you're following us from, please. If you would like for us to recognize you, then you have to tell us where you're following us from. Then we'll recognize you. Let's share the show, folks. Lord. Call Nigeria. Lord, are you there? Folks, let's share the show back. Yeah, let's share the show, please. Let's share the show, please. Royal Rock is watching us from GSA Road. Yvette is watching us from Atlanta, Georgia. Folks, let's share the show. As you are joining us, let's share the show. Yes, let's share the show. I see someone a picture with Melbourne. Yeah, Melbourne. The Melbourne man. Melbourne full of all kind of technique. Melbourne sending me picture, folks. The Melbourne man, yeah. I told you they made as one man. They made as one man. The Melbourne man as one man. Melbourne as some kind of man. My people, let me talk the real African way. Melbourne as some. The people can say, the American people can say Melbourne is something else. Melbourne? No wonder why the country has not been approved. Melbourne as some kind of man. Let me tell you today. For those of you who don't know Melbourne, Rebecca Case, who is watching us from Charlotte, North Carolina. Charlotte, North Carolina. Folks, let's share the show. Melbourne as someone a man. Melbourne. No wonder why they haven't approved a Deacon shit or a Deacon stuff. And we ensure that it's not approved because Melbourne are hello cook. Melbourne? The Deacon is there. Melbourne are my boy. Melbourne, the Deacon is there. Chief Philip, is that Yarcy? Is watching us from Grand Paso County, Buchanan City. I mean, what's up in Buchanan City? Former Toure, the former vote B-man in America. They made a vote presidential candidate, Joseph Baga, made bodyguard and dumped him after the election. Jeremiah, why is he again? Why is he Wapo? Joseph Baga made Jeremiah Wapo look like a funny man. I say, Jeremiah Wapo, a political leader of vote, Joseph Baga dirty him and being standing, made to look like a funny man in town. Joseph Conto, my man, what's up in the nation's capital, Washington, D.C. You people, you in Washington, D.C., then you people now? I beg you, yeah. You live in DC, you live in DC, not your people. Only people that live in DC, you people right now. I beg you, yeah. Joseph Conto, the people in live in DC. You don't check. Joseph Conto, the day I show you to the town, we hear you, my brother. So you can show me all the corner and all the petit shoes in the town. Show me all the corner side and let me know what's up. Eugenia, Washington, Chicago, Illinois, by the way of Sapo National Park, Sano County, Laburo. Give one location here because you get confused us. Yeah. Anyway, your white is watching us from the Bay San Francisco area. Very, very beautiful place, Bay San Francisco. One time I ate what you call it in that place? I ate Chinese rice in that Bay San Francisco area. We went there hanging out, went to the Chinese area that we ate some kind of Chinese rice. I forgot what that Chinese rice for event years. Rudolph Perry is watching us from Maryland, USA. Bettsville. Thank you, Rudolph, for following us. Let's see here. Jim Seance from New Jersey. My people. In other news, and I'm waiting again. They might read what a Joseph Baga can't do party again. Ah, Lord. I want a president and say Ellen Johnson said all the other presidents have been coming. All the associated, all the people that who they can associate with. They get sticky in problem. Joseph Baga used to be in picture with that guy and they passing around. They might arrest him again in China, in Tokyo. He make it internationally, they arrested him. Y'all understand yourself? David Williams from Colorado, USA. David Williams, my man, what's up? Colorado, USA. My man, I'm not coming for Trump inauguration, bro. Joseph Conto, I'm waiting for Trump to arrive January so we can help him with his mass deportation process. What I want, are you a Trump on our own? Are you a Trump on our own? Are you a Trump on our own? My boy, Melbourne, you refusing to join, you reading me, you want different technique, that the problem with you. The problem with Melbourne, to count the show now, you on all kind of zaman funny level then on again. Melbourne show fade, man. Start playing games, show fade. Melbourne show fade, start playing games, you will not die if you show fade. Count the show. Start hiding behind the camera. And you get more. Start hiding behind the camera. Stop hiding behind the camera, Melbourne. Stop hiding behind the camera, Melbourne. Melbourne, I saw the picture you took. You sent it to me. You people. I don't feel that you want to get big. Confident detail. We're gonna know the government. My mama, I don't even know that. I got no clue. I am confused with this combabulated. I got no understanding of what's going on. You understand? So, my dear, that morning I was talking to my mother. I was just telling her we not even know who's surviving on our own government. Our own government also got rescue her. You know that we fought her inside. So, my dear, me and you looking at the scene, my dear, we're confused. We don't know what's going on. We don't know what's going on. We don't know what's going on. So, that is there. I'm confused, discombobulated, and disoriented about this government. We have no clue, no hay, no tail. What the people can say? We just going. Every day there's someone a scandal, every day there's someone a noise, every day there's someone a yo-yo in the town. The town just busy with food in there. Joseph Bagana get where to do. He just passing around, he ready to dedicate the other toilet, he ready to go to the other place, dedicate the other one. Because he less busy when they're launching small thing, you go there. Even they're launching something in the community, what community chairman that's what they want to dedicate it to them and go and dedicate. So just all they working. I hate them, my dear. I hate them. No disrespect to our papi, but I wait for ourselves. The papi boy look what they do. If the beginners are playing one a mile behind her, and they say they're dedicating a mile bow, Joseph Baga government will find a mean to go there and dedicate it. So I don't understand. I just don't get it. But anyway, we'll get into the conversation here. Don't worry. We'll get into the conversation. Community told all the men are dedicated. I wouldn't know dedicated. I'm big here. Dedicated in chief. Don't mess around, say. Our president just dedicating. Community told the men are dedicated. Community toilet. What somebody just put the community put their post small thing to get the open the toilet and dedicate. Moving forward. You're moving forward by the grace of God. Your people can say, you keep praying. Your country will get better. You pray.
Oh God, this life.
You laughing? Nobody approve your deacon shape that you laughing. I saw your picture.
Man, we are praying though. We keep praying.
You think you saw in the country? You think you saw in the country? But people say that
I don't think I'll be deacon because see to admit, the way situation is, the way things are going. Even my elder, the deacon who are supposed to take over front, the way he even behaving, I don't think I'll be because they say you got to sit on the old mat to plant a new one, right?
But only in Labrador you can sit on old mat to plant new one. It doesn't make any sense. That in itself, that parable is defeatable. It makes no sense. Let me tell you something. Wait. This idea that you got to sit on old mat to plant new mat. It's a confusing, contradicting statement.
Okay.
New and new order.
Oh,
but my man, let me tell you something. Let me say this, folks. Let's share the show. Today is November 15, 2022.
Steve, I want you not come from Nimba, that you're the one talking about all the kind of, I don't know what intention.
I'm coming to talk about all of that because it's very important. There's some things that we are missing here that we gotta put into perspective really quick before Milburn can give us update about what's going on in the country. You know, as always, we say on this show, the Liberian people are the most important people on earth. We always say that the Liberian women are the most beautiful women on earth. But let me say something to the Liberian people that I would like for them to take into serious consideration. When you go to school, when you pay all the money, some of you are calling on the show today complaining and crying that your children not in school, you don't have school fees. You like one other woman called and said she borrowed money to pay her children's school fees. When people go to school and they to learn, and one of the learnings they do in school, one of the primary things you do in school when you're learning, there is something called the 8 parts of speech. I want you to listen. Within
one other English teacher from your country, man. You saw the man to also my life. But anyway,
we're coming there. Me and my dog coming there.
Yeah,
coming
yeah,
there.
and.
Get an update.
Yes.
Within the 8 part of speech, there is one part that they call adjectives.
Okay. Yeah, but don't be that man from local country.
I want when you guys have a moment. All of you guys who come on here when people are saying serious things, having serious conversations, and you there saying, oh, you cost the one, you cost that one. Adjectives are not insult, they use to describe. Go ask your children. Some of you are educated, you are informed, you know what adjectives are. They're very descriptive. They're used to describe something. And because of the way some of us were trained, we use descriptive words in order to send pictures to the common people. So let's take, for example, if somebody lies, it's okay for you to say the person lied. There's nothing wrong with that. If somebody steals, it's okay for you to say the person stole. There is nothing wrong with that. Mr. Kana, welcome to the show. How are you this morning?
I'm doing great. Thank you. How are you?
Very well. Thank you. Good to see you. Yeah, I know later on we'll be chilling Biglet.
Of course.
Yeah, because last night we were chilling Biglet people and I'm telling people what we did last night. So I said this.
You not tell me what we're telling.
No, Mr. Kana, don't. When we go to
my business, so myself to like business.
I can't betray
when we go to the strategic places, nobody don't need to know what's going on there. So lately I've been on Facebook and I see many of you laughing. And this is part of the social conversation we can always have here. I see many of you laughing at, we take it for a joke, everything in the country we laugh with. I see many of us laughing at those young ladies and young men from the elementary school that said we're having debate. And Mr. Kane, when I watched the video, I felt very disheartened, very discouraged, and I felt sad for our country. You know, maybe like you, like myself, Melbourne, other people who are a little, maybe older than us, when we were growing up, and these are some of the things that kept us today, the foundation of education. Whether we left Liberia, the things that we learned at that time, when we left Liberia, we went to Guinea, Africa, and other places, the small education from primary school, that the foundation of anybody. When you miss that, it's a problem. Mr. Kane, when you hear the horrible English, the horrible pronunciation, the horrible things those children are saying, and I see people making fun. Let me tell you something, it's a representation of our educational system. It shows proof. Why you're laughing, you're thinking that this is a regular thing. This is a funny thing. I listened last night to an instructor when me and you left last night, Mr. Kane. I listened to an instructor last night. I listened to an instructor, somebody who said they're teaching elementary school students. And in Lofa County, in the Kwanu Bonu area. I don't know if he was drunk. I don't know if he was under the influence of alcohol, intoxicated. But aside from that, Mr. Kane, you can tell that the educational system, fundamentally, Mr. Kane, we have a problem. We have a problem, and then the principal, I know that the principal that who in the County for the school came to speak to, it was like a worst of ridiculous. He doesn't even know what he's talking about. The level of incoherence. And these are the faces. We will be joking and laughing. But these are the next generation. These are the next leader. But aside from that, Mr. Kane, everything, they make it political. They do the same battle cry there. They do the funny thing. How did we get to this kind of place? Me, I'm just saying, I feel sorry. I feel very, 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 very sorry for the next generation about the way the educational system and the way things are proceeding in the country. For me, it's not a joking matter. It's not a laughter. It's not something I will make fun out of. I feel very sorry and discouraged. We got work to do. That's why I want to say on the social issue. I don't know if you've seen the video or that, but it's discouraging.
Actually, I've not seen any video. Nobody sent it to me, so I have no idea what you guys are talking about. So, the one thing too, unless somebody that I know, I don't just click on link.
Right.
I think you know that.
Yes.
And not even somebody that I know, because somebody can hack your account and send me stuff. So mostly if I'm sending a link, I let to confirm with the person that you send me this. And when you say yeah, and I ask you what it is, and you tell me exactly what it is, then I'll click on it to know exactly what it is. Because for me, we have been subjected to a lot of attacks, people trying to hack us. They try to hack our private phones, our computer, and our platform for political reasons. So at some point, I don't know, I think I told you this, Steve. Melbourne, we were subjected to a lot of attacks, and to the extent where the program, some females come to us just to talk to us and just to get some information from us, or maybe just to blackmail us. So I have tried to be really vigilant, pay attention to details, and I don't actually click on just any link. Let's say if I see the link in our little chat room from Monk or from Steve, I don't hesitate to open it. Or maybe when you send me something, I know you don't want to send it, I won't hesitate. But people, even some people that I know, I don't click the link because sometimes somebody might hack them and then try to get to me. So I'm very careful with that. And I want all of you to be careful with that. That's why even some of those WhatsApp calls you can be getting, the hackers will go and get your number from some of the group you are in, some of the WhatsApp group you are in. When they penetrate those groups, what they will do, they will take certain numbers, they will call you. Hey, I'm calling from this area. We are having Zoom meeting today. We're having this, we're having that. When you buy into that, they will say, oh, you want to participate? When you say yes, they send the link. By the time you click that link, you're giving them access to your entire phone. They will see all your passwords. If you have any application with your banking information, they will have everything. And those of you who let to recall yourself, like the guy from Equatorial Guinea, we have some kind of video like that too, whether you woman, you man, you have access to everything. What they will do, they will start demanding stuff from you in order for you to recover your account, your phone, your information, your this, your that, simply because they already have access to your entire information. They will start demanding. And everything you can ask for, nothing can solve their problem. I've had a lot of people who actually fell in their trap, and it really, really, really humiliated some of those people. After taking the money from you, they will keep demanding more and more. At the end of the day, if you tire giving money, then they will expose you. So you be careful. Now all the link you can see, you click. In fact, just for the purpose of information and to caution you guys. The new video that came from Equatorial Guinea, some of the hackers are using it now. They will tell you, say, I have all the video that you're looking for. Just click on this link, you will see it. Say you never see pornography before, that pornography you're looking for, you will go give your entire information to them, looking for somebody else's nicking it. I'm just telling you, it's not good. Don't try it. Anybody send you any link, don't click it. Don't go around looking for something that you don't lost. You start clicking on everything, then you end up getting into serious trouble. At the end of the day, you could essentially lose money and everything.
Well, thank you, Mr. Kane. Thank you for that alert and so forth. Thank you so much, and it's good to know I agree with you 100%.
Okay, let me. Hold on one second. Somebody asked me how I know. Number one, I know a little bit about IT, and I've helped a lot of people recover their accounts. I've helped a lot of people got in trouble. I helped them out, so I know. And let me tell you something too. It is illegal. It is unethical. Other than that, I know how to hack too, but I don't do it. Only on a professional level to provide security for other institutions and platforms. But hacking thing is easy. Those with no IT knowledge, they are the one that can be hacking. I know everything. Eugenia, you want me to hack you? Let me know.
Thank you, Mr. Kane. Monk, welcome to the show. Folks, today, as we're going through the conversation, we will also hear from Monk really quick on updates about what Necotech, the so-called things that are going on. We told you last week that we also don't follow. No, let me tell you the story.
No, we can't do Necotech today because the people who spearheading this program, some of them are in Liberia, and I was just watching the live video. They came with a lot of details that just change the whole narrative. So I don't know when we will do it. Maybe it will be Monday or whatsoever or tomorrow. Okay. But there are more information that are coming up now because you can tell that the thing is a scam, and some of the statement that she made, I saw her interacting with a lot of Liberian, how they would do it by installment. If people come to America and they don't play by the rules, then they got to hold on to the money. I like these people, man. But we are just watching the situation as more information surface. So if anything, because I want to go over that video in its totality, and then we will be able to go deep into it because it's so many information that keep coming up over the past couple of days. Okay, and now they're talking for Ghana, yeah.
Yeah, we'll table that Necotech conversation for hopefully tomorrow. But welcome to the show, Monk. What's going on? What say you? I know.
Well, a lot of stuff going on, but to the listening audience, today is Friday, and you know what Friday means on SKTV. You must keep the show going in terms of the finances and the operational costs. So we'll be looking up to our supporters, listeners, sympathizers, and well-wishers to help us financially, as always, on every Friday, so we can meet our daily target. And a lot of things happening, a lot of news. I mean, the only international news that caught my attention, I think there were 400 in South Africa, illicit gold diggers that were trapped on the ground because the government is trying to put an end to illicit money in South Africa. So, you know, when they are doing their mining operation, they got something like a truck that can carry them supplies, you know, on the ground because they are way on the ground. So the South African government put a stop to it and putting pressure on them because if you can get food and water, then you will come from on the ground, you will come on the surface to get your supplies. And they got police that are waiting for them because it costing the government. I mean, South African government depend on gold. I mean, as one of their country major exports. So they don't want people doing illicit money. So they are stuck on the ground, more than 4,000 of them in the northeastern region of the country. Yeah. So the South African government 4,000 in different months. So where they did all the supply route that can carry their supplies while they are doing that illicit money, they block all of them. So it's not like one money side, so many money side, and the government is saying up to 4,000 of them are stuck on the ground, and they will make sure they won't give them supply until they can apprehend all of them because they are causing problems for the country in terms of illicit money. Yep. And the news surface about this guy, one Joe Poto in Liberia, or following the Japanese news network that do a businessman. There was a man that was trying to lobby with the Boaga government for some government contract, and people say he one of the major financiers of the Joseph Boaga campaign, trying to sell fake gold to a Japanese national to the tune of $83,000, which is I think 34 million Japanese yen. And the information is all over. Front Page Africa is even reporting it right now to speak, but I got that information earlier this morning. And matter of fact, this guy was saying partnering around with Joseph Boaga in some meetings on the campaign trail, like he's not yet your regular president, and he even got some pictures with George Weah himself. So it's the same old Rick Monroe passing around and partnering around with criminals, and it keeps surfacing all the times. But so far, and that's the main story today for me was this guy. I think it's the topic for discussion anyway, so I don't think I need to go into it. But the guy who was released, who they took from prison. So far, so good, and that's it for me. From my
Thank
end.
you, thank you, Mom. Milburn, quickly update us from Liberia. What's going on? Where are we before we get into the conversation, please?
So, well, again, let me say good evening to all of our followers, our listeners, and well wishers. Again, let me say to all of you and the SKTV team, I think that was 2 days ago, or better said, on Thursday, maybe between Wednesday, a lady called on this platform requesting for help from Monk, especially on the SKTV platform. And by the grace of God, it was successful, and Monk were able to put together all of the little happy hands coming from other people who are also strong supporters of SKTV. And this afternoon, she was seen in a compound of Truth FM, at least to collect a little help that comes from Monk and the SKTV family. So I just want to use the platform to say thanks to all of you who contributed in the minority. She's a happy person right now as we speak, and maybe when we open the line, she will also call in to say thanks to the SKTV family for job well done. We're not only here to only talk about all of the ills and the good and bad about government and so forth and the society, but we are also contributing.
What happened to Milburn? I think Milburn.
Yeah, I think there's the technical glitches there.
Yeah.
Whatever that is, we hope Melbourne will come back, hopefully.
Yes. But Mr. Kane, while we're waiting for Milburn to reconnect, before we get into the conversation for today, because today we'll have time to really delve into conversations, and also I know from other ends you will also provide with some updates or some information here. What is this thing that's all over the place? We just seen the president went to Asia, and Joe Otto or whatever his name is, he's not a stranger, quite frankly speaking. We saw him around the president. There seemed to also be a pattern with the president. When we say it, they attack us. There seemed to be a pattern with the president identifying openly with people who are involved with criminality. I'm not just saying criminality behind a horse, high-level criminalities that brings shame and disgrace not only to the presidency, but to the nation in a negative way. How do you react to this news? For example, Stanton with a spoon. He sat on the platform and collected money when we said this was wrong. People attack us for this. They say, oh, you hate this person, you hate Stanton. These are just facts. What say you, Mr. Cannon? How do you react before we get to Monk?
So I don't know exactly what the matter is with the photo per name that you are calling. I don't know what his involvements are, but I am not surprised. Some people think we have some personal problem with the likes of Stanton Witherspoon and other guys. No, we do not. In many occasions, we have been the one to reach out, whether it's Costa, whether it's Stanton Witherspoon or other guys that you may think that we disagree with, that we have some problem with. We are the one that have been reaching out to them when there's a need, whether it's about advising them or telling them about certain things that will not best serve them. So we have always been the one actually looking up So we have nothing personal against any of those guys. We are all our parents. We are all brothers and sisters, regardless of our political disagreement or whatever side you support. By the end of the day, we are one family. We have one common denominator, and that's our country, Liberia. So there's nothing personal against anybody, not even just Nyima Boakai, that I personally thought and still believe that he was not up to the task, that he was not capable, that he has nothing absolutely to offer to Liberia. However, Joseph Boakai is accustomed to identifying with bad people. In some cases, he does it for political reasons. Although in other cases too, he does it for financial reasons. Joseph Boakai, wake up and go all the way to Ghana, trying to meet with some shady characters about some $30 million. You know about that. After getting the presidency, Joseph Boakai took money from here and there, $500,000, million, from all kind of people, with the promise to, compensate them after when he inaugurated. Joseph Boakai told you that he got $36 million worth of equipment on a gentleman agreement from a former friend that nobody knew, nobody ever heard of. So it's kind of like a trend. It's a pattern that he's been going on for ages. And like people say, you cannot teach an old dog new tricks. Joseph Boakai is, I'm not, for your information, I'm not calling Joseph Boakai a dog. That's just a parable. Okay? Just so you know. Because some of you misconstrue people come in and you go and interpret it your own way without understanding, the actual sense that we are making here. Joseph Boakai at this age, I don't know, he's 79, 78 or 81 now, whatever that is. You cannot teach him any new tricks. He is who he is. He's never going to change. Presidency will not change him. It will only reveal who he is really, he really is. It's not going to change anything about him. It will only shine light on his true character and attitude. So, Joseph Boakai being identifying with people like Prince Johnson just because to win election. Ponjono Bonneke, Eugene Fangon. Those reckless and shady characters just for the purpose of winning an election. It means that he's ready to do anything with some political, value or expediency or anything that will have some financial benefit. He will do anything. The woman finally live, his life. All he's doing right now is to enjoy the rest of his time and leave enough for his family and his grandchildren that they don't have to suffer anymore. So anything about President Boakai associating with somebody with shady characters, it does not surprise me. It can only add to his, record as to who he is. So no surprises at all. Back to you, Steve.
Thank you, Mr. Kane. Mo, how do you react? What say you?
Well, there's no extra reaction. I think Mr. Cannon say, nothing strange about Joseph Boakai from the CPP before the campaign. Some of the characters he was aligned with for political, financial gains. He would make the decision. Matter of fact, Joseph Boakai is on the record for saying he would dance with the devil. Matter of fact, the Liberian people are interested in devils. So there's nothing new. People will always come to play defense, and for them it's politics. For them it's business as usual. Matter of fact, we harbor criminals in Liberia. We love people with bad characters, even those that are sanctioned. We reward them with government job, not only regular government job, but elected position. Because there's a difference when a president appoints you versus people looking at you and giving you a job as a lawmaker or senator, even after you have been sanctioned. So for me, it's nothing new. I saw the video. I think I even put in the chat group where the fake diamonds and gold that he was using. He's a B, and people say he's been a criminal for a very long time. So there's nothing new. But yet, like I said, this guy was so involved with the Boaga administration. And you can see them sitting in meetings with the foreign minister. They got picture. He's not just a regular guy, but at the end of the day, it's the same old thing. They would do anything and everything for political expediency. So there is nothing new about this case. It just sends the wrong image, and he been partnering around this administration, and they filed a matter. Sekou names some instances when it comes to changing money with the Boaga campaign. Look, if anybody that has some reservation about Joseph Boaga action within the CPP should have told you everything about his leadership ability and how he operates. So the whole thing about clean hands, sitting on old mat to plant new mat, these were just jargon just to bamboozle the average person. But if anybody who's observing in politics, they knew what they were getting into. I'm not blaming him for this particular individual, but President Bush had a saying, say, anyone who harbors a terrorist is himself a terrorist. If you part around with criminals, you are a criminal. As simple as that. No way to sugarcoat it. That's just the reality. So there's nothing much to be said on that subject matter. You want to show the demo?
Well, thank you, Mom.
I think a 30-second video.
Yeah, maybe
So Mong and Steve, before we go to the diamond, while we wait for Mabon to come by on the radio station. So what happened to the yellow machines?
Well, Mr. Kane, this is that's a very, and I think you alluded to that in your conversation. You alluded to in your conversation earlier. And sometimes we take these things for joke, right? Sometimes we think they're normal thing. In Liberia, we have normalized it. Let me just say something to all of us. Those of you who are listening, I know Milburn probably still connected. I'm not sure if he's still connected with us, but let me say to those who are listening to us via social media and other platforms, let me just say this to you. When you are president, or when you are you reach a certain level in life, you are expected to behave a certain way, to be a certain way, to carry yourself a certain way. You know, even for us who are Christian, I remember the Bible says that for someone who are believers, those who are Christians, the Bible is very clear. The Bible says, Paul said, when I was a child, I acted like a child. Joseph Boaga is not a regular person to be associating with certain people. Listen, this is not a hate against him. This is not you're killing the other person. You can't do that. Let me say this. Optics are important in politics. There are certain things you can't do. There are certain places you must not go. There are certain people you can't sit with. We said these things. Today, look at the disgrace and the shame. You want to tell me that if you want to do any kind of business with Japan, or you want the people in the inner part of the world to help you or support you, the first thing they would take all of us to be criminal. That is the image that has been sent out, because this man is seen with our president. This man is seen in hardcore meetings. When we say these things, we know what we are saying. It's not to hurt or harm the president or anybody, but it's to do what is right. This is a huge disgrace. This is a huge scandal. And even the president passing around saying that he got a machine from a friend. The president of the country say he got machine from a friend. And this friend, the people can know. I don't understand. But I leave it there.
Not that machine. You look at the machine value, Steve. $36 million from a friend or no friend that nobody ever heard of.
Yeah.
And not only that, but on the gentleman agreement. I mean, to be honest with you, Steve, it's tough. And our people get in their feelings when truth are told. But it is what it is. To be honest with you, Liberia is now a serious country. We are now a bunch of serious-minded people. we are jokers because we elect jokers to lead us. We elect corrupt-minded people to lead us. And then we expect them to do the right thing. Then we ourselves, that's why we are not serious-minded people. Our leaders are the reflections of the people they represent. When I say us or ours, I'm not trying to exempt myself because we're all Liberians. Decisions made by the majority, we all bear the consequences of their decision. So it becomes the decisions of all of us. But it will be unfair to the country and to the generation unborn for us to sit back supinely and not speaking truth to power. Joseph Nima Boaka's behavior from start to finish is not presidential. It's immoral. It is embarrassing. But the people in the country, everybody is poised to defend their own, regardless of their action. Things that everybody's supposed to be outraged about, things that people are supposed to be ashamed of, things that people are supposed to actually sit by and do some sober reflection. Other people go and defend that simply because they take everything to be politics. And they don't even think. Even in politics, there is something called decency. There is something called integrity. There is something called honesty and value system. If we defy all the norms, then who are we? It's just hard, Steve. It's tough.
It is tough, to be quite honest. Monk, anything to add up before we get into the conversation? Because I know Milborn.
You know, when I tell people out here in life, you must study history and philosophy because everything that happened is what happened before. There are precedents that have been set in the past. And the only reason you study history is so that you cannot repeat the mistake of the past, because you cannot relive the past, but you can learn from the past so you don't repeat the mistake. If you go back, I tell people on this platform all the time, all these so-called, oh, we're looking for investors that we can just bring anybody. No. The reason when you are dealing with a legitimate investor, they must play by international rules. Even the U.S. State Department got regulations that when a businessman comes to Liberia to do business, he have to make a report here. They got to pay taxes and other things, because if they were found in the scandal, they could use their license and they could end up losing their license to practice business around the world. So just because someone claims to have money does not make them a legitimate investor. Steve, when you go back to the days of Madame Sally, where they call the debt initiative, they call the HIPIC initiative, I used to ask myself, I said, from what I've learned in the Western world, I know that the conditions were not met in Liberia for Madame Sally to attract these multinational corporations, whether it's the Meta Steel, the Accelometer, and all the other guys, because these are legitimate investors. They got businesses in America. They are trading on the stock exchange, so they are legitimate. So I used to ask myself, I said, but how about Sally just after the war, even though Liberia missing all the critical institutions when it comes to corruption, how should we able to secure it? So one of my big brother commented, because we're doing something they call pay to play. But Sally will come here and lobby in Washington and say, you know what, the conditions are not there, but we can make it happen. That's how they had to bring it about all the watchdog institutions, where you see the LACT today, the public procurement law, that all those steps she was taking just to give the Western world or major investor a reassurance that, you know what, even though the system is not there, but I'm working on putting certain system in place. You never had the watchdog institution like Liberia. She was the one that put them in place. But when you look at the past two administrations now, the WIA and the Joseph Burger, who do you see them attracting? So criminals, Iboma, Eaton, how they call it, other guys from South Africa, Robert Gourmet, so criminals. These people are not legitimate investors. Let me give you a typical example. The guy who came from Nigeria that bought 3 All Black. What kind of man you go do research on his company and everything is about some shady business in every country that he does business? These people, we are not, they in Labrador, but in Labrador, when you get money, oh, Labrador men feed that, oh, you got to be an investor. When you are a foreigner, you are an investor.
Yeah.
That's how they see it. So even if a criminal comes to the country, they still sees you as an investor. And that's the problem. So we keep attracting more criminals because, look, let me tell you, Steve, when you start a business anywhere around the world, the one thing business people are interested in is something called security, the rule of law. That's why I keep telling people, I say, sometimes it's good to protest, but when you over protest in a country, it sends a wrong business signal to potential investor. Nobody want to put money into a country that is not politically and economically stable. How do you think when you go to Ghana these days, everybody want to open a business in Ghana? Because for the past 30 some more years, they have been politically and economically stable. And they are putting in place law that make it easier for investors to come. So a shady businessman is not going to go do business over there. But country like Liberia, where your own lawmaker can shut the government down because of stealing from their own budget, that somebody can go missing in prison, from prison without government accountability. Why do you think a legitimate businessman want to come and invest in that country? It will never happen. Only criminals you will keep attracting in the name of business. That's it. That's all I can say.
Well, it's unfortunate. It's very, very sad that we are even having this discussion almost 11 months into President Jose Human Braga's administration. It's like you said, it's a repeat. It's like a revolving door. It seems like we're not getting out of it. We saw similar thing with President George Weah. You know, oh man, some days when I sit, I think about what did we go wrong? How did we just grow, provided opportunities in this space for very, very bad actors, very bad people who care less about the country, who care less about a friend human being, who care less about their own country. I don't understand. I don't understand. And when we say these things, they get very with us. We say the professional way, they find a reason to get very well. We say the radical way, they find a reason to get very well. We can't again to say another way. What will we do now? We should just, Mr. Kenneth, let me tell you the truth. This thing is tiring. This thing is tiring. This thing is tiring. I'll be very honest with everybody. This thing is tiring. Every day, it can be some kind of negative news. We on the government now operating because the House of Legislature. We on the budget now going there. They already owned by the Constitution, but they don't care about it. People that are associated with the president. Then you all being in bed with Guinea juntas and taking disrespecting human rights law and turning people over. What is this?
Steve, I'm not trying to shut you off. I put some pictures. This man is seen in the Oval Office with Joseph Burger on a one-on-one transaction. I'll put it in the chat room. Maybe you can put on the screen so our people can get a sense as to what you are saying. This is not just your regular Joe that is outside of the operation. Yeah,
Mr. Kenneth,
I'm putting the chat room.
You yourself. You busy?
No, I say, is there any way you can help us upload those things?
What thing? Did your mom say you put on in the chat room?
Yeah, in the chat room. The pictures and in video, you will see it.
Yeah, while we doing that, I just want to announce somebody, one lady sent us $20 on Zelle.
Okay.
So far.
Yeah, today is Friday. We don't need to remind them. Today is Friday.
Yeah, I didn't talk about it before you got here, so good thing you talk about it. That lady always, support us. She sent $20. Let me see the message. Mo, you just drop it there?
Yeah, not too long ago. I'm putting another one there.
Okay. Let me see if
it's unfortunate.
He was a foreign minister. He was the president in the Oval Office. He's sitting down with potential so-called investors in important meetings. In the president, the president is there. You can see it. Yep.
That's my brother, man.
It's mentally draining, right? Every day you can get nothing positive. It's hard to report bad news every day. Yeah.
So to be honest, on day we don't want to come on the show. We don't want to come here and kind of say, you know, the president, the government is doing this, the government doing that. But it's just hard for you to make it up.
Hold on, that the guy with the foreign minister?
Yeah, he's the one over there, and he's the one in the Oval Office with the president, because I believe that the president office.
You know, the one that he bowed down over the president at the office. They're trying to.
Yeah, and another one he's sitting with guys in the
maybe
meeting.
some of the shady dealings the president making.
Yeah, this is not just your. It's not like he at Twitter Poker House talking about in the Oval Office of the executive minister.
Wow. So yeah, let me. You want me to share with the people?
I put on the screen, let the people see it so they know exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah. But maybe I can just download it and just make it bigger.
Yep. Either way, you choose to get the.
Yeah, because
this
is it right here. So we have working with the one.
Yep, he's the one sitting in between the three guys. Yep.
So the president, you know over there.
Yep, he's the one. He's the one standing right by the president.
You know, right after Baka inauguration, the guy name was going all over the place.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for position, you know that.
Oh yeah, not only position but for some business dealing as well.
Yeah.
That's some of the potential investors that were lobbying government for government contracts. We are in some deep mess in Liberia. It's not anytime soon.
So where's the guy from?
I don't know. I think he holds a British passport also, even though he's from Liberia originally. And people say he's been a BN for a very, very long time. What?
Is he related to Kekula Poto?
I don't know. Maybe the way Nick Poto, I know you're Lofian too. I know.
Kekula Poto, that's the definition of political Maradona when it comes to Kekula Poto was the one who was in bed with all previous president. Any president comes in power, he will become.
You say you should always hang your clothes where the sun shining.
The sun shines. So he was political. He was the best player.
Kind of just the fact that we're discussing this is troubling.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hold on 1 second, Representative. Hold on 1 second.
They're saying that Kekula Poto's son. They say that his son.
My man, I tell you also, Honorable Kolba, I put you live on the radio. Honorable Koto, go ahead, you're live.
Look, that guy is my very good friend. They call him Joe Poto.
Oh, he's your good friend?
Very, very good friend. They call him Joe Poto.
How long have you been knowing him?
Let me tell you the relationship. I will get one of my recalling where I was having a press conference. I said to Joseph Boaka, I said, if Kekula Poto or Levy are going to carry your complaint to Kekula Poto, I will go back to some of my recordings. You know why I made that statement? Because Joseph Boaka followed one of Kekula Poto woman. Are you hearing me?
We hearing you.
Look, I'm going to search right now on my page. In one of my recordings, I got angry and said, if Kekula Poto was living, I was going to carry your complaint. I said, you don't be careful, I will carry your complaint to Kekula Poto.
But that was a long time ago, right?
Making from.
But no, I mean, but that thing that you're talking about now, that was a long time ago. Papi struggling to survive, to breathe, Google.
Hey, man, why you struggling to survive, man?
Oh, Papi still good?
Hey, man.
Oh.
You know what? I will put that recording on my page. I will get back to that my recording where I told him, if you don't be careful, I will carry your complaint. And I called one woman in from Nima Kande too. Felicia Yomi. Felicia Yomi. Remember the two names? Felicia Yomi and Kekula Poto. I know I call her two names. There was a reason why I called you two names.
Wow.
Yes.
So I want to know a little bit. I want to know a little bit about the Puerto guy. Because when I heard his name, I kind of felt it was the
That boy is my very good friend. He has been a PM for long, very long time.
BM.
From the time I was in the police, you know where I was in the police, right?
Yep. I know.
Yeah. He been on PM for a very long time.
So
what position they gave him? I just put my TV on and saw you trying to
no,
figure who he is.
He said the man is in bed with the president, and the man has been. Steve, what was the man? What was the man crying again?
But first thing I want to confirm something that Yeke said, because most of Yeke's recordings when he do it.
Yes, Steve.
Can you hear me now, Honorable Kolba?
You're very low, but I can hear you. Just go ahead.
I said I want to confirm what you said in regards to the statement that you are going to report Joseph Boakai to Kepula Koto, because for me, I can watch your show. I can watch your show more than one time. But yes,
he's not low, but we can hear him. I don't know, for some reason you're not hearing him.
Here's my question: the great Bob Bound routine.
Why, Steve?
So here's my question to you, Honorable Yeke Koluba. I know the president and the foreign minister, everybody, including Delon and all of them, they were in Asia. Today, this news broke in Japan. What does that say about the image?
News broke in Japan. That what we're talking about. Yeke doesn't know that.
So basically, the guy was arrested for allegedly trying to sell fake gold to a Japanese guy or Japanese people over there in Japan. And so he got arrested for that. And it's very serious because there are even video to that effect. Mom posted a video in the chat room there. But my question to Honorable Yeke.
You hearing the man now?
You were arrested in Japan?
The man has been arrested in Japan.
Yeah, the Times of Japan reported with the video. Oh, yeah.
And the man is seen on video, in picture with the president all over the place. So people feel like maybe the president is the man Joe Boakai steps on.
And not only trying to swap fake diamond or gold, he also exchanging fake Japanese yen with fake currency as well. So not only the gold, even the physical cash. Yeah. You know that BNP where they can say they can flip the money, right?
That is Joe Photo. His name is Joe Photo.
But right after the inauguration, the guy name was flying around that you're going to be named somebody in Joseph Boakai government.
During the election time, this guy and myself have been talking. Yeah, so when I put my TV on, you're not going to watch your SK TV. When I saw him, you both trying to figure out who he is, you know, from a photo. I know him very well. He's my very good friend.
But how can you be a good friend to a BM, Honorable Kolba?
Sekou, Satan can be friendly with Jesus Christ, and Jesus Christ friendly with Satan.
Yeah, but that says a lot about the so-called Jesus Christ or
if I'm friendly with people, Sekou, I'm friendly with people that take drugs. I'm friendly with people that are going to get to, but I don't take drugs.
Yeah, but when you say my very good friend, you say my very good friend. How can you be a good friend with
I'm not going to deny. Yeah,
with a criminal?
I'm not going to deny him.
So that means it shouldn't be a problem if Joseph Boakai is a friend with him. If you are a lawmaker, so the connection, the guy, you say
I'm going to download this where I talk about carrying Joseph Boakai complaint to Kepula Photo, and that is where I spoke from.
Yeah, so that means in this case now, you JMB and all now, you guys are in the same boat, you know, having a criminal friend.
I'm not going to deny him because he's being arrested. Sekou, if you are being arrested for anything, I would say Sekou is my very good friend.
Yeah, but knowing that this guy is full-fledged BM, and you see that's a very good friend. I mean, But I'm asking you now, why do you want to be a friend with a criminal?
Seku.
Yeah.
During my time as a police officer, you have to be friendly with criminal to get to where you want to get.
Yeah, but after being a lawmaker now, you think you're still going to be a friend with a criminal?
Well, he and myself have been talking when I was lawmaker. Just last year, he and myself were talking.
Talking about what?
Money campaign.
What were you guys talking about?
Well, we're talking about Joseph Baga campaign issues.
So the guy was one of the financiers for Joseph Baga campaign.
Huh?
He was
He's been supporting Joseph Baga campaign. There's somebody that I know have been sending money for Joseph Baga campaign.
So that means all that we need to rescue team. You guys are all friendly with criminals, like the Stanton, Waterspoon, and all the BM.
Yeah, Joseph Baga have been dealing with criminals.
Wow. Steve, among maybe you guys have a question.
Yeah, Honorable Yaga Koluba, let me go to something serious. You were the first person in Liberia to break this news about the young man who was turned over to the Guinean or the Gentile government. You were the very first person that broke that news. Credit to you. Where are we today, Honorable Yaga Koluba, and what is the plan? Because up until yesterday, I think when we went to the court, this man was not brought back to the court as requested or as prayed by his lawyers. Where are we as a country? Where are we?
So week before last Sunday, when I'm driving from Banga coming, I had my press conference. I was reliably informed at that time when I had my press conference that the man was killed. And the information is clear that the man have been killed. That man is dead. The protest the people had on the Ghana Bay Road, I was a part of it. We organized it. And we are trying to organize a bigger one. The Liberian people have to produce the living value of that man. The information minister said they are turning me over to the Guinea government. And the court is saying they should produce the man living body. So one, that the man is not there, they will produce the man living body. So they will have to produce the living body. Seku, don't agree that the man is on alien. Is that how you tell him to be over?
No.
Seku, the American people we passed the dual citizenship bill. Seku is an American citizen, but also a Liberian citizen. That man was a Liberian citizen and got a Guinean citizenship. So you are a Liberian citizen. If the Guinean authority wanted him, she have done it in a day. Now for people come on to go 2:30 in the morning and go take the man from the cell and put him on a private jet and carry him. When the man landed in Guinea, he was ordered executed by the Guinean authority. Yes. No, sometimes when I bring out information for taking for joke, when I came on the radio, I said people were arrested. They said they wanted to carry water to Guinea. Oh, all of everybody can I try you? You can allow, you can say what happened today? Haven't that kind of reality?
So we'll call about as a member of the House of Representatives, do you guys plan on taking any action, or you just want to allow the justice system to work its way through?
Well, the thing is before court. They have said they will bring the living body before court on Tuesday. The president, Joseph Baga, is a part of it. Joseph Baga is aware that the man was turned over. And Joseph Baga is trying to pretend that he suspended the criminal called Steve Zago, the immigration boss, that went around taking money from people that they recruited to say they want to buy uniform for them, took a lot of people money and ate the people money, have not bought the people uniform yet. So Joseph Baga suspended under the pretense that the case will die, the case will not die. Joseph Baga will be on detention for 6 years until the government finish. He need to produce a living body of that man. The court want a living body. You can't do human being based on that. Why they didn't do the process in the day? And that's not the only issue. There was another guy again. I'm trying to get the information. The family people coming today from Guinea. There's a second person that they have turned over to the military government and they have been executed. Seku, I'm coming out with that information very soon. I'm trying the family coming from Guinea today. I should have gone to Guinea to meet the family there, but the people told me Guinea was not safe for me. So I canceled my trip. Yes.
Honorable Yaga, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question.
The military people to kill. This is the second person. And the other guy is a normal guy.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was what the name?
You asked me for the name. You want me to give you the name?
Claude PV was arrested in Guinea. He was turned over by Liberian government to the Guinea authority.
Just slow down small. We'll come and get to it. Yeah. The Liberian will say something different again. I am dealing with the original family. They will send me pictures. They will send me evidence and everything that I will put on my page. Joseph Walker need to stop what he's doing in the country. You can't be breaking the laws of the country. This is the second person I've been taken over by Joseph Walker government and have been executed.
Wow.
So Honorable Yaga Kolba, let me ask you. Honorable Yaga Kolba, I beg you, let's slow down. Let's slow down because this is very important. This is very, very important. So the Claude PV guy that was turned over, is he still alive? Claude PV.
Yeah, I think he's alive. Because that one, because he is a high-profile person, so they will not just kill him, but the ones that are not high-profile, there were a lot of people that escaped from Guinea, that enter Liberia.
So the guy you talk about is helping with the investigation and trying to show where other people are. So they are using him.
Yeah.
After finish using him, they will execute him.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm told, somebody told me the day before yesterday that they will likely kill him. But the guy is staying because he's a high profile, he's a former general, he's a high profile guy. He was turned over by the Liberian government to Guinea, military junta. You know, honestly, international laws, if somebody escaped to come to your country, you're not supposed to turn them over to other country that want to kill them. That's international law. You can't do that. Especially when somebody run your country to seek refuge.
You're talking about in the previous government.
Yeah.
Yes, as a senior ranking official, military official.
Yeah.
So I will put that picture and rank everything on my page. I'm gonna give it to you right now. You got money to pay for it. I want to money, business thing with you.
No, man.
I mean, we even got our operational fee for the day talking about paying you, man.
If when I say $40 and say that you
know what can happen. You know what can happen when you're not afraid to say anything. Any information you want, to give it to you.
Yeah.
All I can say,
Honorable Kolba, Mom want to say something to you.
All I can tell the honorable lawmaker here, I want you to stick with your sources because it seems like every time you make this prediction, they always come to pass. Then it means that your sources are very credible and they are always close to accuracy. For me, the only two things that caught my attention in this case, I mean, looking at the whole criminal procedure and the law, and I can tell that the government will be implicated. Because if that is the case, I don't want to believe that if you turn that guy over to a junta, he will still be alive. And I know they won't be able to produce his living body. But the contradiction between the information minister and the solicitor general, Augustine Fire, that's what implicated his government. 1 minute, the information minister is saying that he was handed over to Guinean authority, and the solicitor general is saying, no, we cannot tell you about his whereabouts. That's a contradiction right there from the government. That's an implication. And then the second thing, in the court, the guy was about to be released because the judge gave them an option that based on information, they could even refile the case. So he was trying to, he filed it, they get some terminology, nolli prosequa, that we are not willing to move forward with the case and we can release him. But what in the process? That's what tells that the government plays on dead again. Because the sheriff went there to release a guy, but just before the release could occur, that's when he got missing mysteriously. So what does that tell you? You don't need to be a security expert to understand what's going on in the case.
I heard about the money thing too. Yeah, that the guy has some money with him.
President money never got missing.
No, but if the mail is not visible, the message is missing.
But the information minister said the mail handed over to the Guinea authority. So why the government charged dragging the fee? I mean, he's the official spokesperson.
He never got missing. He never ever got missing. We know who took him out of the cell. We know who are went there for him, and we know who take him over. And the private jet that came for him, we got a serial number, we got the information of the plea and everything that came for him.
Wow. So the government orchestrated and he turned over.
But the thing was playing. The thing was playing.
Wow.
And when the people came in this country, they plane landed here 1:30 in the morning with the deputy chief of staff of the Army of Guinea. They have 2 hours meeting with Joseph Boakai.
Wow.
They drove the man to the airport and pick up.
Wow.
So we are back to extrajudicial killing.
I think we're getting more information now than we knew before from Honorable Koloba. So we are working on trying to bring his lawyer, the guy's lawyer, on here, probably tomorrow or Sunday, and then we will have more information from him.
So
But
the reason why I call
this is a very serious matter.
Joe Boto is a stepson to Joseph Boakai.
Mm-hmm.
So they've been knowing one another for a long time. You know, Joseph Boakai is a rascal old man. Very, very rascal. Very, very rascal. You know, one time here, Tekra Boto had a serious confusion. I remember. He told me that story when I went to his house. That old man is very rascal, he's saying so. He let to cloak people. He cloak Elizabeth Cummings. Yeah.
So somebody.
I just wanted to know who that guy is.
So somebody, somebody just informed us that she is a stepson of Mary Poto. Who is Mary Poto? I heard that Mary Poto is appointed in Joseph Boakai government as also on the board. So Mary Poto, that's the one you were referring to as Joseph Boakai's friend.
That's the woman Boakai told from Tekra Boto. When you go SOS, before getting left to SOS, you go on the right. The end of the road straight that is still there.
You know, SKTV people there, SKTV family people there, they know a lot. One of the biggest friends of SKTV sent out this information, just confirming some of the information that you gave me. But the person is not saying that Joseph Boakai get from. The person is just saying, the identity.
I don't want to say that name that when you go into SOS, before entering SOS fence, SOS gate is on the left. They like a wide junction. The road going on the right. You take that road, rest our SOS fence, going straight to the enemy part SOS fence. And they get right there. And they play Joseph Boakai used to enter.
That day was not president, right?
No.
Okay.
Let them follow a friend and woman. I want to slap the eyeball for stealing door. I'll see you.
Okay, I'll see you.
Well, so kind of this is very disturbing.
Yeah.
This is very, very disturbing. The fact that the Liberian government will, whether you like it or not, I've heard some people trying to want to distance themselves, be an accomplice to search is a problem in itself. It is. And I think the Liberian government should be held fully accountable for this. This is not what you do. And they know better.
Yeah. So, Mong,
Where's the update, Mr. Connor? Where's the update today, Friday?
Yeah,
I'm interested in the update now.
earlier I announced that somebody sent $20, right? Another person sent $50. All on sale so far.
So that 2 3/4, we ain't even 3 yet, and we say 30 on Friday. So we're far from there.
Yeah.
Folks, you guys got to show up to this Friday. With all the intel you're getting on SKTV with the Yeke Koluba and all charging us for information. You got to show up, please.
I know.
So we are back to extrajudicial killing. You know, it's the same old thing from the previous administration. And it's happening to Joseph Boaga.
So Steve Manga, what's the update on the legislature or because they want elaborate information too much elaborate that you can
Oh yeah, you don't even know how to keep track of it.
So what's the update with the speaker?
Well, no update. They said they want to go to the full bench to interpret the law, and the majority group is already establishing a special committee, and they say they want to give the speaker due process. You know, they got something they call the dead man switch. When you go into a battle, you got your plan A. If plan A doesn't work, you got plan B, you got plan C. So the people who say, oh, we want to go the constitutional route because the law is the law, yeah, they are not telling you we have a committee that already set up. If the speaker wants due process, then he will have to recuse himself because we cannot be making a case against him and he won't be presiding over that case. So it's a logical thing that the speaker could recuse himself, then we don't have to go to the Supreme Court. I mean, or we can go to the Supreme Court later, but then they can make the case about the allegation being made against him. Or if the speaker believes that this thing won't end up in his favor because his hand is in the cookie jar, then maybe he might just try to fight as long as he can until the last man standing. I think that's a strategy, but I don't think either way will go well for him because the executive already showing inclination to be working with the majority black. That's why I said on the show day before yesterday, I said Mo Ali, the transport minister and whosoever, they work on the executive at the pleasure and will. So if they were to show up told the majority black, then it just means that the executive might be working with the majority black. It's not 100% written in stone, but that's just a signal because they were testing the water. Because if you are accusing Mo Ali of funneling money to remove the speaker, if anybody's going to call for an investigation with an oversight, it should be the minority black. You cannot go and appear before the same people who you are conniving with to remove the speaker. It just doesn't make sense to me. But I believe they were testing the water.
That was not an investigation, or that was not anything trying to question them why you connive, why you did not connive. That was just a testament to proving to helping, isolate the speaker of order. More Ali, they were the one that sponsor it, and then they were the one that were called. They called them, they invited them, and with the belief that if they respond to the call or to the summon, that would be validating the other block. So, and if that means the government is ready to work with them. I received another letter. I don't know what I share with you guys from one of the members with your Fanatic Kofa block. The action that happened, the majority block decided to investigate some of the people that were involved. So they sent a letter to this guy to comply with them. So the guy responded to the letter saying that I will comply with you guys. I will come for the investigation. I will appear for cautioning everything, but we can do it in the chamber that you guys are. You come to
the John chamber.
What, Mr. Kane, in as much as it sounds funny, I will have to credit the title that they gave themselves, majority black, those guys. I will have to credit them for the strategic move that they made in selectively bringing people that allegedly helped them conspire this whole plan, and call allegedly Mo Ali them pay as well to bring them to be. So this is trying to appeal now to the public. This is trying to present them as the people who are doing the elaborate people's business.
Work. That's the whole objective.
So from a psychological standpoint, it appeals to the people. But not only that, the subconscious message that they're also sending to the general public is the government is in line, the president is in, because there is in no way, shape, or form that these guys went over there. And Joseph Boaga claimed to not be aware of it. Joseph Boaga fired them. Yeah. In fact, per our constitution or per what we've heard, the work at the will and pleasure of the president. So when they execute these things publicly, and Joseph Boaga, it becomes known publicly through the media or other outlets or other people, guess what? Joseph Boakai has a responsibility to investigate that or to even suspend that while investigation. The fact that he has remained mute on this is a clear sign that Joseph Boakai co-signed to this. It's a clear sign that Joseph Boakai is in accordance with it, in full agreement and support of this move. And what if Fanatikofa like it or not, I don't know what he's waiting for. The same way how the majority black sender or message or clear code here, I remember Monk decoding that before when they sent that letter to Thomas Fala need to come, and Thomas Fala response was, gentlemen, you hold the line. I will be with you soon. When Monk decoded that on the show, people thought it was a joke. After a week or two, Thomas Fala joined them.
You follow? The letter says everything. It was plain, written in simple English for anyone to understand. Steve, reading is different from writing. When you're reading someone else's idea. When you are writing, you're writing with intent. You read it, Thomas Fala letter. I told you, I said, no. All you are saying, gentlemen, I will be coming. I will be joining you guys pretty soon. It's the same message they are trying to send. Let me tell you, Steve, the reason those guys made that move, the majority of black always told you that if you got a split in the house and because they can call for a quorum and they got more than enough number, they become the plenary. Now, when you summon people from the executive branch, whether it's official or not, in their war, it's oversight responsibility. It means they are the one conducting the Liberian people business. Fanatikofa cannot do that. He doesn't have the number to conduct quorum to even summon people from the executive branch to question them, even though logically they should have appeared before Fanatikofa group rather than the majority group, because they were the one working in relationship with the majority black. So it does not make any sense for Mo Ali and others to go and stand in front of the majority black saying that they're going to answer question or they want to clear their name. No, it's just a sign from the executive saying that, you know what, at the end of the day, there is where we are going, because you said it right. If Joseph Boakai wanted to be an honest broker, he would have stopped Mo Ali. He would have defied that subpoena and said, I don't want anyone from the executive appearing before the majority black. But for the fact that it happened, man, bro, we don't have to keep talking this on the show every day. I think our people, they got common sense, they can read between the lines.
Look, Mark, this is troubling signs, and we're overlooking them. But this is in no way, shape, or form in support of Fanati or the other group. But the truth of the matter here is this. Here is the truth of the matter. The truth of the matter is President Joseph Boakai and his government fully endorse the majority black. It's no longer a hating thing now. They're showing their hands. And anybody who would think, if Fanatikofa then sit around and thinks that this is, and the president I know nothing about it, and the president know nothing about it, you're wasting your time. You're wasting your time. You're wasting your time. This idea in Liberia where the president is involved with things, but we think we must shield them, cover them up when they are doing wrong, when they're in the wrong, and we blame other people and we make excuses. For example, Grace B does something. The president takes no action against him, but you say the president knew about it.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Yeah.
But the same constitution right here says that the person works in the will and pleasure of the president. So if this person is doing what is wrong, and nothing is done about it to correct the wrong, automatically it says that the president is in concurrent with what the president is doing. The president agrees. That's what it means. You can't have it both ways. And we need to stop. We saw the same thing with President George Weah. When things were going wrong, the president knew about it. And Joe Weah knew about it. And your lead Joe Weah knew about it. Well,
Steve, when you are in leadership, right? You into the social sciences, you know the characteristic and some of the signs of great leadership. The one thing when you work in government, because you are a public official, you are held accountable and people are looking forward to you. The one thing that I hate about Joseph Boakai leadership style is this idea of always being mute on critical issue. Because let me tell you something, I may not accept a leadership style or I may not accept a leadership philosophy, but at least if you're in public office, when people know where you stand on issues, then they can make judgment. In his case, no. He weaponizes his silence in politics, and politics is not for people who are muted or people who are mute. With this president, because the way he conducts business, he never take a side or will come up vocally on anything, whether it was protests, whether it was from the CPP. No, he operates behind closed door. But his action alone will tell you which way he's leaning, but he won't say it. Let me tell you something, Steve. The idea here is this president That's why I keep saying he will always side with the majority black. And this brother asked an important question, or Joseph or Koyani Paul. He said, "But mom, if Joseph Parker will work with the so-called majority black in the passing of the budget, how can such illegal budget be embraced by all prisoners to the World Bank?" And my brother, the people who are calling themselves the majority black, for the fact that they are saying they are doing Liberian people business, automatically they become the plenary. What the executive is telling you, or what they keep saying is, when they send the budget to the House, the budget is not intended for the Speaker. The budget is intended for the plenary. The Speaker only receives it, including that of the Chief Clerk. Those two individuals are the people that are assigned to receive the budget. But the intent of sending the budget to the House of Representatives is not for the Speaker. It's for the plenary. Now, the people who can conduct business, the people who believe that they got more than enough number to call for a quorum, automatically become the plenary. So they are the ones that will be receiving that budget until you can get to the Supreme Court. Then maybe they will come up and push it into a constitutional crisis standpoint where they will be able to interpret the law. But from an operational standpoint, the majority black, I will keep saying it on the show, they become the plenary of the House at the current moment. That's it. And that's why you see the executive leaning that way.
Well, this is very interesting, folks. We'll open the lines for you guys in the diaspora here.
Yes. So before we go, Steve Monk, so we have a couple of people that we consider as our regular stakeholders contribute monthly. A couple of them send stuff, but then on the regular Friday contribution, somebody sent $100. And another person also promised to send $100, but that person tried to send a cash out, was not going through. And she's also somebody that always, supporting SKTV. She said she will send $100 to us, and another person sent $25. Those are on the cash out.
So technically, from a numerical standpoint, speaking of our target and where we are, if we're going to take those two, constant.
So we were counting 120 plus the previous 50 and 20, so that's like I'm not sure the other 50, the other person saying that's a monthly or that's regular, but I'm not sure what it's about. We just count it, we can get other information on it, but if you calculate all of that, it's about $195.
No, I mean when you break it down, so technically 195 would be that guy's an 8%, right?
Yeah, you can count that as 8.
9.
8.
Yeah, it would be 8, 9, right? Okay, let's say 9. Okay, so 30 from 9, we still left with 21.
Yeah.
All right, folks, that's why we are on a Friday. So at least thanks for the update, and we know where we stand. Steve, you can go ahead.
Steve, you're muted again.
So we want to say something. Go ahead, please.
No. I just saying you're muted. You're saying something.
Yeah, I said, but I think I don't know if it reaches the consensus here that we should take some calls.
In Liberia, did you check with Mayborn to find out what's going on?
No, I think Mayborn done for today. I think he's been going for the longest. We're already 1 hour and 39 minutes of the show. So
I just want to know whether Steve asked to know what is going on.
I can't even see. Let me see. Yeah, I sent him a message.
Okay. Yeah, we can take a few calls from here. I don't know. My phone is open. Maybe I can.
Well, like we said from day one on SKTV was the very first group of people to characterize, profile all of your political candidates before the elections, and we told you exactly if they win, what would happen. And here we are today. We feel vindicated. For me, I feel excited that we're vindicated. Every day they're proving us right. It's a good thing. And that's what makes us, that's what sets us apart, the level of credibility and the fact that these guys are living up to exactly what we said. Yeah, Mayborn said there's some technical challenges and issues that they're facing right now. So he's not too sure if they will resume with us.
Among the person who sent the people that confirmed that's not on Friday, it's a monthly support. So for nine, you go back to 7.
To 7. So we dropped by 2. But anyway, I got a caller. Steve, you taking calls? Because I got someone on the line right now.
No, go ahead. I haven't received any call yet.
All right. Caller, go ahead. Your name and where you calling from? You're live on SKTV.
Yeah, this is the undercover citizen calling from Minnesota. You know, here is why I'm so confused over those guys who are having the meeting and calling in a quorum. When someone accuses themselves from a case, the judge or whatever, that doesn't mean that the person does not still remain a judge. He still remains that. He will still run his courthouse. The only thing he does not take over is that particular case. There are so many things that are happening in the House of Representatives that Francisco controls. That case is just a faction. I'm just trying to just play into their stupidity. But because the man accuses himself, it means that he loses a position. What kind of dumb set of move would the
No, that's not what they are saying. No, you get me twisted. That's not what they are saying. They are saying based on the allegation they are bringing against him, he cannot preside, so he has to recuse himself from that investigation. They are not saying he's not speaker.
No, yes, no, because if that is true, if what you think is true, it means that Francisco will be the one that will still gather anytime a judge in any court. When the judge is about to accuse himself, he's still called in the motion for that particular case before that case gets on the floor. If it's the judge that the same judge does it, where in the world have you seen that the judge who is going to accuse himself did not gavel in? He gavels that particular motion and say, okay, because of the sensitivity of this case, I will accuse myself. The judge will have to do that. But in this case, these guys are saying this is decided for the man who runs the house. It's not possible. It's so stupid and it's beneath any sensible thinking. They have to go back to the judges to really inform them because they have making too many mistakes. Thank you.
All right. I didn't think we were trying to say something. I don't know.
No, I was trying to say something about I just received a call. Let me respond to that call from Liberia.
Okay.
Yeah, please. Yeah. Mo, any other call?
Your call. Let me tag my number again. 612-475-4023.
My man, you better be putting your number on there.
But the man got nothing to her.
My man, I ain't got too much issue. I don't know. Maybe they can call. I mean, if I can take calls from here, so be it. Few people will call.
Maybe they'll call you and send some money to your cash album.
Hello?
Who on the phone got call?
Mr. Maulo calling. Steve, I got a caller here. Mr. Maulo, you are live on SKTV. Go ahead. Take a shot.
How you doing?
Oh, we're doing okay. All right.
Government don't work that way. I don't care how much mayonnaise you put on chicken, but it's never gonna be chicken sandwich. These people, I don't care how much they do. If that speaker doesn't resign, everything they do is null and void. Everything. They can't make a plan every year because they're plenty. Even if the president deal with that, do you know that it takes the same amount of resources to move the speaker as it does to move the president?
Oh, that one for sure. I mean, it's almost the same rules and regulations.
So the speaker is not anybody. From the day they choose him to be speaker, he became a point above all of them. He is not like them. He is number 3 person in the country. So it's not that easy to say, oh, we want a man. There is a procedure. The forefathers were thoughtful. They knew it was going to happen. And there is a procedure to move the speaker because the speaker is not anybody. So go and get your 49 and come move the man. But I can tell you, if any country, for example, come and want to do business with Liberia, what the house has to sign? Who you think going to sign?
I don't think.
Who you think going to sign
as it is right now? At the current position, with the speaker,
vice speaker. Right now, you're going to be the deputy speaker.
Well, what?
I will go with the majority black. The one that had the majority black will be the one that will sound.
No, not what you will go with. Who is supposed to sign?
Well, by law, the speaker is supposed to be the one to sign.
If the speaker don't sign, even if it's $1 billion Liberia need to get, if the speaker's signature has to be on it, and Fonati Kofa don't sign, Liberia will not get it.
Okay.
Stop encouraging lawlessness. But these people can do it because you know what's going to happen? There are certain people will jump up in the House of Representatives and say, we want his president, we want to deal with him because we like how he running the country. Y'all will back it too? Well, when the people in the ministry jump up and say, we want a minister, we want to deal with him, then y'all will back that? That's lawlessness. And we shouldn't be encouraging it.
The country too can get and say
the people know what they're supposed to do. It's because the president is backing it. They continue to do it. But the difference between Ellen and what Joseph Boca is doing, Ellen was able to convince Slow and how they call the other man to resign. For nothing saying he's not resigning, that changes the whole thing.
Okay.
And as long as he hasn't resigned, nothing will happen in our country that is anybody can go sue the Liberian government for anything those people sign and they will win. Because it's a false document, it's impersonating. Some power has no power until Fonati Kofa say act in my stead. That's the law. And we gotta get ready to abide by the law or we don't have a country. So we need to stop.
I want to ask you a question. With the current situation, you think any international partner will want to do business with Fonati Kofa when they know that he cannot even cover a forum?
They will not do nothing with
okay, but then that's the logic right there.
Nobody will do anything with anybody, any country that God says will not deal with Liberia right now until they fix the thing here in the house. So you can say majority black, what? Nobody will deal with Liberia because they know the speaker is there and the president is trying to undermine. So they will not deal with Liberia. So it's bad for Liberia. I don't care what he does. Until Fonati decide that I will resign, it will not going to happen. If Joseph Walker really wants, let him manage to encourage the people to get it for the line. Nothing wrong with that. The man not refusing to leave the job. He said they must follow the procedure. Let them follow the procedure. What's so hard about that? Why they can't get 49? Why can't they get 49? The whole government backing them. Why they can't get 49? And we ask ourselves that question. This thing is dangerous for Liberia, my people. It's not about who you like, who you don't like. It's about the Constitution.
Right.
And if people mess with the Constitution as is, and this man saying he's not resigning,
all right.
This country will shut down, and we need to be careful.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Malo. Thanks for taking a shot.
Yeah, so
well, I got a caller here. If you don't mind,
go ahead.
Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from, please?
Yeah, thank you, Moses. My name is Fredo Sharif. I want to ask Brother Siku and Brother Mark. You see, I don't get it. I don't get something. I want them to clear this out. The law, I'm not a lawyer, and I really don't, I'm not acting like I know the law. But based on common sense, I want Mark to be able to tell me without any personal opinion. Why are they stopping Fonati Kofa from taking over anything in a House of Legislature? All right? Has it been removed? If not, why are they stopping him? Because if you say somebody should accuse themselves, okay, maybe according to them or the accusation, what they're accusing of, the problem or the corruption, that particular aspect of it, he can recuse himself. But if you're telling me he cannot do anything, so that means he's still a speaker? What's going on? That's the question I have for Brother and Brother Mark. I really want him to really get into this because I don't understand the whole recusing. Are we just ignoring the law. We just forget about anything. Now somebody come out, so the speaker will just go and leave the whole legislature. Or I don't understand what's going on.
Thank you.
Before Mo answer that question, I just want to update you guys, Mo. So, Mo, another person sent us $50 or $60. The lady who always send us money, she sent us $60. She said no name. She just sent it a few minutes ago.
We are what, 9?
Yeah.
Or 10?
No, 10 now.
10, okay.
You know what's you know what's
20 chart.
Yeah.
Yeah, Monk, go ahead.
Yeah.
The man asking you guys a question, brother.
You know, I love to listen to Mr. Marlo. He's an older man. He got more experience. The one thing that I know in this case with Fanatic Kofa, like I keep saying, every time you got something a problem with our law back home, one of the best places to reference the U.S. because the U.S. law, the Liberal law is it's a duplicate of the U.S. law. I mean, we took a lot of stuff from here. There are two components to the case we kept saying on SKTV. Mr. Marlo, it's not about us taking a side on SKTV. We are just saying this present situation in Liberia is a political and or constitutional problem. When it gets to the constitutional state, that's when the Supreme Court, the full bench will come and intervene. I am saying, or SKTV, we took a position a long time. We are neither because we believe that both sides, they are all criminals. So we never took a side in this fight. We are just saying based on how the horse operate, even in the US, that's just how the precedent is. If Fanatic Kofa refuse to resign, he will be there in name only. Fanatic Kofa is only the first among equals. Nobody voted for Fanatic Kofa to be speaker. Fanatic Kofa was an ordinary lawmaker that his own colleagues decided to make speaker. That's just how he operate. Now, you say you need 49. Yeah, that's what the Constitution said. But we are not dead yet. So the people who call themselves the majority black, because you got two factions in the lower house, the people who got the number to call for a quorum, even though they cannot remove the speaker, automatically they become the plenary. That's what I know. And they can remove a speaker even without getting 49. It's up to the speaker to make that decision. He can go to a Supreme Court justice. If he wants, he can go to the full bench. When we get to the constitutional aspect, the Supreme Court will be welcome. That's why the Supreme Court keep telling you, we are not even listening to your rate of prohibition because we believe it's interference, it's political interference. What is happening now is more of a political case than a constitutional case. So if it's a political case, then the people who got more than enough number to call for a quorum, they are the legitimate plenary that will be doing business for the Liberian people. Until Fanatic Kofa can get that number before he will be recognized. Why is it essence of being a speaker when you cannot execute your duty? Because there are only a few instances that make Fanatic Kofa different from a colleague. He can preside, he can supervise over the house. But if you cannot even call for a quorum to do business, then why make it a bit different? You get Fanatic Kofa at the moment, based on how the horse operate, based on their own rules and procedure, he's just a regular lawmaker at the present moment until he's able to call for a quorum and do the Liberian business before he will be a legitimate speaker. That's just it. Either way I want to interpret it, that's it. Until we can get to the Supreme Court. That's all. That's all I can say.
So let me say something real quick. I don't want anybody to think that we are taking side. We have no side. We're just speaking based on information available to us. When it comes to the working of the House of Representatives in Liberia, we have leadership that are voted for, the Speaker, the Deputy Speaker, and other officials. So in any parliamentarian procedures, if there is a problem, whether it's loss of confidence of the colleagues, whether it's the leader being incapacitated by whatever means, whether sickness or whatever that make him incapable to work, to function, the next ranking officer, next person officer take over. And not because the speaker is having issue with members of the House of Representatives that cannot stop the functions of the House of Representatives. Let's get that clear. if they were saying, okay, since we want this guy to get out, if he doesn't get out, we will not work, nothing will happen, nothing will go on. What is required? What is required? Even right after the election, before they can vote for speaker, this person, deputy speaker, whatsoever, what they can, the first thing they can do to make sure to establish a quorum before even selecting leaders. Then at that point, they will go ahead and select officers to lead them, mostly in accordance with the Constitution and also with the rules of the House of Representatives, which is also an extension of the Constitution, because the Constitution gave birth to that document. So if the speaker cannot work, cannot function, is not capable of functioning because he doesn't have the will and pleasure of his people that elected him, he lost the confidence of the people. They say we can't work under your gobble. That doesn't mean they can't work. The best way forward is to resolve their issue amicably, but legally, the House can work without the speaker. That's a fact. So to say the document coming, the speaker must sign it. No, that's not how it works. Anybody the House designated to sign, they can sign the document, depending how the plenary is going to vote and whatever decision they're going to make. So for me personally, based on the information that I have right now, eventually, Speaker Kufa will go. I told you that I've been on the phone, I've been working the phone the whole day. Yesterday, there was a meeting with Speaker Kufa Block and the ECOWAS people. Today, both parties will be meeting with ECOWAS people. Guess what I'm hearing? At the end of the day, like I told you guys yesterday, the people then will tell Speaker Kufa to let it go. They will tell him to put the country first, to save himself time, to save himself headache, to save his money, and just let it go. That's why ECOWAS will tell him. And eventually, he will agree. All of us can beat our chest right now. We will not agree. He will not resign. He will not do this. He will not do that. But at the end of the day, it is him who will make the final decision. And I can guarantee you, based on the information available to us, I think he will resign. It may not be today, but in a very near future.
Okay.
that breaking news right there. So up to you.
Well, at the end of the day, whether we like it or not, Mr. Kane, these guys are hell bent on removing Kufa.
Yeah.
And they will do anything to expose him. The longer the thing persists, the more they might expose him and create more chaos. These guys are willing. In fact, the guys have gone as far as they're not denying anything when you accuse them of any kind of crime. They're not denying it.
No.
They say Kofa also is. That's why he can be. He's here. So these guys are not they're not forcing with anybody who wants to accuse them. They're not. And
my information is misleading, but I know maybe, but I don't know whether you were privileged with information that there was a meeting yesterday between just Kofa Block and ECOWAS people. We said it here yesterday. And today, at 9 p.m., maybe 1 hour from now, they will be meeting with ECOWAS again. We are privileged to this information. Maybe you may think it's misleading because it doesn't sound like something you like, but we are not making it up. We're just giving you what we know.
But
it's up to you, right? It's up to them to process it.
Yeah, it's up to you to process it or to believe it, not to believe it. We just gave you what we know, and these are facts. The meeting is gonna. If since you got information, since you connected to Speaker Kofa, ask him. Call him just now. Ask him. They say they are headed to ECOWAS meeting. I can tell you the hotel in the room number 2. They will tell nobody, bro.
Mr. Kane, one guy called me yesterday to ask me a question. He said, Monk, I've been listening to SKTV. I can follow you guys religiously. He said, I think it's getting so interesting. I think, my brother, 17, you can just understand. You need extra brain to do it. I said, the reason ECOWAS sent a mediation team, if ECOWAS knew what this was a constitutional problem, they know the constitution will resolve this issue. But they know it's a political problem. That's why they say we are coming to mediate to get a solution, because they know that the solution can only come from within the house. It's not coming from the Supreme Court or the executive. Because if they knew firsthand that this thing was a constitutional issue, then why would they send representatives? Because the laws are there, we will follow the law. So the constitution will rectify the problem.
Let me give you another news. They had a conversation with the executive. They met with the president. They met with the vice president. The information they got from them, the decisions should already be made. Decision is made, and he has to go. In fact, one of them said there's already some bad blood, and this thing is not going to work anymore. So the best bet is for him to just let it go, and then we can talk something else. But so now ECOWAS is making now. ECOWAS understood that the government, the executive, is dug in, and they have their proteges, their people working for them in the House of Representatives. And the bad news for Kofa and people who support Kofa is that at the end of the day, if the political decisions are made, if you disagree with it, you know where you're going? The Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court is in bed with the president and the executive.
Because of the budget.
So it will just be long run. It's like you choose your poison. You want an instant killer, or you want slow poison. If Kofa Kofa is supposed to choose to take a slow poison, it will delay.
Yeah.
By the end of the day, he will still go. So if I were him, I would just let it go.
Yeah. Mr. Guy, the bad part about it, I agree with you 100%. Number one, even if Kofa stays as speaker, there's bad blood already there.
Yeah.
Whether you like it or not, you guys will not stop.
Yep.
The man started a thing long time to get rid of him. It's just that he did not take precautions or try to, secure his side, right? That's one. It's another thing if he didn't know about it. He knew that these guys were coming after him. The second part about this whole thing here, Mr. Kana, is this. The second part about the whole thing is this. Everybody that's supposed to be on Fanatikova's side for Fanatikova's to win the fight, for the most part, apart from the legislatures that are loyal to him, that have been holding the ground, those 30s or 29 representatives. Like you said, the judiciary gone, the executive gone. You left it by
Okay, let me.
And then the last part, I'm gonna beg you. The last part about it.
Let me give you another news. Maybe some people will not let me to say this. But I will say among the 30 people that support him, about 8 of them are already giving up, confirming that everything is over, man. We don't want to waste our time no more. Let's just move on. 8.
So that means that smashing better than beating. Either he did the ECOWAS deal.
And those 8 people, they're saying if the president openly and officially recognize the majority, because they didn't know the budget will go there. If the budget go there, they don't participate. So they want to give the people 2/3 majority so they be able to pass the budget so they too can get their share. So they will not stick behind Kofa and knowing that they're not going anywhere. And then other people come and pass the budget, then they will not get nothing.
But here's the thing. Here's the last part I wanted to say. If what you're saying, people might take it for a joke.
But it's serious.
This is serious. Mm-hmm. So that means these guys who were with Kofa, they don't even understand their role. Or they deliberately leaving them. But here's the part that I think will be a little dangerous for Kofa if Kofa keeps on hanging. These guys are willing to expose him to the extent and even shame him and disgrace him. Or these guys are willing to do that. The fact that these guys have moved this conversation from him being removed now to investigating him.
Yeah. and the way the play he put himself, put it in your mouth, Steve, was that when he said, even though $1.something million supposed to be his budget,
Yeah.
admitting that it rose to $7 million.
Yes.
But then
he didn't know.
He didn't know about it. Somebody just passed it through his line.
Yeah, and who so believe that?
You think we all bunch of stupid people?
Yeah, that was so stupid. Somebody hot speaker.
Your line. Well, yeah. And then the thing about it, if you call Kofa right now to actually give his side of the story, he's not gonna pick up. He just want you to. They'll just put the information out there. You just believe it without any iota of evidence. So for me, I'm not against Kofa. I don't know him that much. All I know he's would be one of the leaders in Liberia. We communicated a few times. I don't know much about him. I don't know him. We're not friends. We're nothing. And I have nothing against him as a person. But this is politics. The politics is dirty. Politics is dirty. And
more than dirty.
From the beginning that you cannot, be in bed with Joseph Boakai. Don't try to pacify Joseph Boakai. They're not going to like you. They were running to win the speakership. You won it. You think there was, I've told Steve, there's no common enemy. Somebody who supports you, who like you, they will like you. They don't like you, they don't like you, no matter what you do. And you went into a competition. You went into a race. You want the people, you think the people are going to have anything good for you? It's politics. They're going to dig all the holes just for you to fall in it. So what happened is that Fanatic Kofa forgot himself. He should have actually consolidated his power, make sure he got enough members of the House of Representatives to his side after winning the election. But he didn't do that. Look up. So many people have voted for him. And with the other people. That means he cannot consolidate or cannot keep his support base. So eventually, whoever was going to become speaker, but I can tell you though, after Fanatic Kofa on an episode, another one going to happen again. That we know already. We already know exactly from the plans and how it has been sponsored, who's going to do what. But then SKTV can be the first to talk a lot of things. You know, bad news this time around.
Me, I let to explain myself to my let us see result. I like to give myself time for my theory to hold constant. And the very reason you give that one will keep telling the speaker is not, it doesn't worth the time fighting this thing. Because when you look at it in the long run, it doesn't look favorable for the speaker. The thing in Liberia is we are not solution driven. What we're supposed to be doing now, start calling your individual lawmakers, start pushing them for to make certain concessions and say, you know what? We cannot assume that every time when you put pressure on the speaker, he's going to resign. No. And you cannot keep holding the country hostage because of these instances. What you can do, the Constitution gave you the mandate to create laws or to even update your existing rules so that there should be specific as to when to remove a speaker. So Fanatic Kofa situation could be an opportunity to put that particular law or that particular standing order or rule in the book or on the book so that if this situation arises again in the future, we shouldn't come down this route. But if you don't, it will keep happening. And Mr. Maulo said something that was very profound. He said, Sarah, don't forget that the same rules that apply to the speaker because he tell in command, it will apply to the president. Oh, yes, you are right on that. There are specific rules for removal for the president. Also, in the president case, it becomes an automatic constitutional aspect. Wherein the House will come with a number and we have to convey it in the Senate. That one, that's it. So I'm not like I keep saying, I will never take side. I am just saying, based how their own House operate, what's happening with the speaker. So with
and among per the Constitution also, if majority of people that voted for the president, even half of those people gathered today. Imagine close to 2 million people voted for Joseph Boakai, right? 1 million people gathered today in Liberia and say, we don't want you no more.
Joseph he's gone. He's a goner.
So that's how simple it is. But that's not going to happen, because you know what? The so-called majority that voted for Joseph Boakai, the Liberian people that who say they're suffering, they're not suffering. They are happy with their situation. But the people in the House of Representatives, they are not happy with the leader they choose, the person they voted for, and they know they have the power to remove him. That's why they're making the area very ungovernable for him. They try to make him incapacitated. He does not have the capacity to run the affairs of the House of Representatives. So what's going to happen? They don't want him. They don't want Satan. They don't want to give him the power to lead. Similarly, if you say, oh, you know, you're supporting thing here, that thing happen, it happened to the president. Like it happened to the president. 1.8 million people voted in the last election. So the 1.8 million people voted, Joe Biden got 800,000 votes. And maybe now almost 900,000 votes are making him president. Even 500,000 Liberian people.
Yeah, they can remove him.
500,000 people got on the street today consistently for 1 week.
Yeah, he will be forced to go.
For a whole month. For 1 week, Joe Biden will resign in a split second. No even bother about that. So the power is with the people. And your team, Joe Biden, do something incorrect, you go get on the street. Tell him to resign. They couldn't give you that power. They say the people, if the people's not happy with the way they are being governed by their leaders, they have the right to remove them. Popular uprising, going through your leaders, your lawmakers, or whatever way you want to remove them. I think we already hit our time. 2 hours.
And the good thing about Joseph before close, he already has no fan. They call him gone up. So when Liberian people come out with that number, he will be going. He will be in nothing London with him. you know the I'm not the calling the gone up. So
hospital they be making him. He could be going to free.
But Mr. Canada, before we leave, let me say this. We said it from day one that when I take over, we're going to go. It was just a matter of time. We also predicted on the record that the next move will be in the Senate. They will remove Yomdi Kanga Lawrence. And if she
I don't know about that.
She tried to resist. They will expose her. Yes.
Who's going to remove Yomli? Who's going to remove Yomli? I don't see that May.
Don't mention in the Senate. Lead that story.
Oh, no, you're not there.
Lead that story.
Nobody can remove Yomli. I can tell you that. No one, whoever get that information, let her go sleep.
Mr. Kane.
Yomli is solid.
Oh.
Yomli consolidated her power even before she got it. You got to understand that Yomli is from the original. Yomli is a rescue model. And you have the rescue government. You have rescue president. She's a rescue, somebody.
Nobody is out of the door.
Where? That person dreaming. Whoever told you that?
She is out of the door watching.
I don't think so.
After that, the next person will be Joseph Boakai.
I don't know about that one too.
Okay. Folks, when I talk
you know what I know? You know I know who next?
Who next?
Thomas Pala.
No, Thomas Pala is where I am.
Thomas Pala next. Thomas Pala is going to take a long time. So everything you do right now, I think you're going to be the speaker. That was speaker. That one by, I don't know. I won't say everything, but
we call that one cool in cool.
Yeah, Thomas Pala going to be next. I know that for sure.
That cool in cool.
Yeah. So, so my people, thank you. So Monk,
sir,
beside the $60, so somebody sent $75. That person said $50 for their monthly, and then the other $25 for it. So we were 10, so you got 11.
11.
Yeah.
So we are 19 sharp. Tomorrow,
maybe tomorrow we can try.
Yeah, maybe tomorrow we can hit the target.
But we appreciate everybody that supported though.
I leave Mr. Kana with a show because Mr. Kana is doubting SKTV information.
I'm doubting
no information. I don't think that SKTV.
Because you know what happened? The authenticity of SKTV.
You can't just come and say my friend is out of the door.
But Kevin Harvey will hold Mr. Kana in contempt.
Yeah, you hold me in contempt because I got it. Hey, now brother, I can defend that.
Also, you protecting your interest.
My friend. Yeah, I'm protecting my friend. She's solid. Nobody can move her. You can't try that. You can't tell her thing.
We the masses. We the masses.
Who can get tired, right?
The reason why I'm saying that, she's solid because she is with the rescue team. And the Baga government, they don't want to run the Baga government. And you know, she and Dillon, the friend. And Dillon, the one that got the key for the executive mansion.
Wow.
Yeah, so who gonna know?
Canada do. Canada do.
You listen to Senator Bani that day?
Tell us how that
Bani
funny.
say, normally she lay down and sleep. Nothing
Lead
going
that story. Lead that story. Then see when you know, Chairman Musa Belete was on the show.
They're not rescue mission man. You gotta understand that. Yeah, rescue people and they won't get it government. Anything they say, that what happened. So like that. Mom, man.
All right, guys.
Guys.
You will not see how the key will get missing. You will not see how the key will
Dillon
lost.
will see the key will get missing from Dillon.
You will not see how the key will lost.
We'll be here tomorrow, right?
Yes, most definitely by the grace of God. Folks, thank you. Mr. Kana, I will leave it with you.
Leave it with me.
I will leave it with you so you can defend your friend.
All right, no problem. No problem. My people here, thank you. We appreciate your time. We appreciate everything. Myself, I got to run quick. I got to run somewhere real quick. And we already hit the 2-hour mark. And we'll be here tomorrow, hopefully. So we are working on trying to get Councillor Justice Kevin Jane on. We are working on the day either tomorrow or Sunday, hopefully, so we can get more information about the alleged killing or missing of the guy who was allegedly taken out of prison and allegedly killed or hand over to the Guinean government, the junta military leaders, and that he was allegedly killed. So hopefully we will have Councillor Jani on here to actually explain and tell the African people exactly what's going on and what is the end game as to what will happen and what is expected. Thank you guys for your support. We really appreciate you guys. We'll be here tomorrow, hopefully. We'll give you the best. So today, after the meeting today, we'll give you an update tomorrow. We told you that there's a meeting going on right now with Air Force people. It's supposed to start 9 o'clock, Labrador time, 9 p.m. tonight. After that meeting, we'll give you an update tomorrow. Don't forget to tune to SKTV. We'll do our best to give you all the information you need to know. A good night. We love you all, and we'll see you.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We searching for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Monitor people who willing to serve. Blessing us.